Pet Save Sudbury has been an indispensable resource for animals in need for nearly 25 years. And in the beginning, for shelter director Jill Pessot, that fact was not yet realized.
Most times in rescue, what you'll find is everybody who has gotten into rescue have fallen into it by circumstance. So it's not something you wake up and actually choose to do. We moved into an area of town we didn't know at the time was infested with stray cats. And there was 8 stray cats when I counted up to 8 of them. So I thought, I checked around, nobody owned them. They said there's a lot of stray cats. So I thought, well, I'll just spay and neuter these 8 cats and find them in a home. And then more cats showed up. And when I realized it was so overwhelming, I actually paid our first visit to the city of Sudbury. I went downtown and talked to the bylaw officer, and I said, we have a real problem in this city. And after speaking to my vet, eventually one day he said to me, if you're going to do this like regularly, we need to make a separate file. I can give you deeper discounts, like I do the other rescue. And I thought, a rescue, okay, well, so I made up a name. I said, okay, Pet Save, Save a Pet Sudbury, something like that. And he goes, okay, we'll call it Pet Save, and that's how the file began.
But running Pet Save is not cheap.
And our current operating budget is $1 million a year. Well, the first few years we did fundraising, but when fundraising couldn't cut it anymore, then we had to look at something that was actually going to draw us revenue daily. So we opened a thrift store.
Thrift store manager, Carrie Fabilli.
The support we get from the community is amazing between our donators and our shoppers, so that provides the income coming in. And then I met Jill, and I have so much respect for that woman. I'm in awe of her daily routine. She doesn't stop. The amount of souls she has saved in the 20-some years that she's been doing Pet Save is just, it's inspiring. I don't know how she does it. The horror and the heartbreak that she sees daily, I couldn't do it. That's why I'm here at the store. I'll raise the money for you. You do the hard work. That's the hard work at the shelter.
But that original shelter was quickly becoming inadequate.
The building we're in was never meant to be an actual shelter for this long or be a shelter, period. It was a vet clinic. Currently we're building our new shelter, and we're excited to move into there because, first of all, it's twice the space, which we need because of our volume. Number 2, it's much safer.
The need for people to adopt pets once they're rescued is great, but Jill does not take that process lightly.
Yeah, I'm heavily criticized. If you go online, my Google reviews are not good, and that's fine. You know what? I didn't get into this to make friends. I got into this for animals. And when you see the amount of suffering I see every day from people who can't afford vet care, or don't do vet care. They don't feel like they want to pay that money to look after their pet every year and get that checkup. I don't think it's that strict. I mean, I basically look for job stability, home stability, and vet care. And the reason I developed that criteria was because those are the top 3 reasons my building exists.
From rescuing dogs from northern communities to dealing with animal hoarding, Jill Pessot works tirelessly to fight for these precious creatures.
It's really a passion. I honestly, I wouldn't work this hard for a human. I really wouldn't. I mean, I've gone days just recently without sleep this week. I think one of the toughest rescues we ever did was 30 hoarding dogs that came out of Burford, Ontario. I received messages, I received pictures, and they were really disturbing. And so our crew, I commend the ladies who run the shelter because they've spent every day working with these dogs, figuring them out, and to see them go out in the world and have a normal home after what they've been through. They were PTSD on top of antisocial behavior. That's, I think, been our toughest rescue, but our happiest ending.